What if I told you that lessons learned over 2,000 years ago could provide timeless wisdom for almost any challenge you face? Welcome back to our channel. Today we dive deep into practical wisdom that goes beyond mere theory. We reveal secrets that can change your life. Join us on this journey as we explore 10 quietly profound lessons that many men often learn too late in life. These aren't just abstract concepts, but concrete tools to help you overcome life's toughest obstacles. Whether it's managing your emotions, embracing change, redefining success, or finding inner peace, stay with us until the end because each lesson has a deep meaning, and the last one can shape your entire perspective. It's a lesson we often lose sight of, but one that has the potential to redefine the way we approach every aspect of our lives. Whether you're looking for practical solutions, personal growth, or just a new perspective on life, you've come to the right place. Let's start this journey together. Are you ready to discover these ancient yet deeply meaningful teachings that will empower you to live more fully and authentically? Let's get started. First lesson. Learn to accept the things you cannot change. Let's take a quick trip back in time to the busy streets of ancient Rome, where Stoicism was very popular. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius knew that worrying about things that cannot be changed is pointless. Although we've been told that we can't change the weather, stop time, or stop other people from doing things, we can control how we react, think, and choose. This lesson is still very relevant today. Although we live in a very connected world with a lot of information and needs, it is wise not only to know what you can and cannot, it is a survival skill. How can we use this ancient knowledge in our lives today? It all starts with a simple but profound change in the way you see things. Ask yourself, is this under my control? If you change your perspective on events, you are in a difficult place if it is not. Imagine putting it in a rocket and letting it soar into the sky. This thought exercise does not give up. It is a good use of energy. Instead of trying to stop the rain, you decide to water the plants outside. I remember being stuck in traffic in the middle of an important meeting and feeling stressed and angry. In that moment, I realized that I can't change the traffic, but I can change the way I look at it. I took a deep breath, put on some relaxing music, and mentally prepared myself for the meeting. As a result, I arrived feeling calm and in control, which turned a stressful situation into a peaceful moment. The importance of perspective in the second lesson. We are not disturbed by the events themselves, but by how we think about them. We learn from Stoicism. Imagine two men stuck in the rain. One of them is angry because of the rain and the other likes the drops hitting the ground. Different views of the same event. Stoic philosophers like Epicurus point out that we can choose how we see things. It's not what happens to you, but how you deal with it. He told us that this wisdom lasts forever. In today's world of unexpected problems and rapid changes, the opportunity to change your perspective is not only useful, it is necessary to remain mentally stable and strong. How can we use this power in our daily life? It begins with a deliberate pause. If you're having trouble, stop and ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? We can look for a more effective angle, just like a camera does to get the best shot. Instead of seeing a job loss as a setback, they may see it as an opportunity to pursue an interest or learn a new skill. This change in perspective can turn problems into opportunities. Living in the present moment is lesson 3. Stoicism tells you to stay in the present moment. Life happens in the present. There is happiness and peace. This is something that many people only learn when they have lost so much life by being fully present. Stoics of the past, like Marcus Aurelius, knew that time is short. They knew that focusing on the past or worrying about the future was like trying to catch water. It doesn't work and you end up with nothing. Aurelius said, "Don't waste the rest of your life thinking about others. Be content with the present moment." His words are more important than ever in our fast-paced world where our thoughts are often elsewhere than in the here and now. How can it be used in our daily life? The first step is to practice mindfulness, which means focusing on the present moment without judgment or distractions. It can be something as simple as drinking your morning coffee, paying full attention, or feeling your skin in the sun. Being present allows you to see and experience life as it truly is, in all its fullness and beauty. Lesson 4. Be honest and check yourself. Stoicism tells us to be better than the things and people around us. Although the world is full of challenges and easy exits, this skill is not about limiting yourself. It is self-liberation. It's about checking ourselves and making sure our behavior is in line with our deepest ideals. Life was hard for the Stoics, but they got used to it. They knew that the key to lasting happiness was to develop good qualities in oneself, not praise or things from other people. The Stoic philosopher Epicurus said that we find freedom and peace not by giving in to our needs, but by controlling them. These lessons are more important than ever in a time when distractions are easy to find and morally murky places abound. It is very important to be self-disciplined and honest. So how do you make these good qualities a part of your everyday life? It starts with small, consistent actions like waking up early to run, even if the bed is too comfortable, choosing a healthy meal over a tasty, unhealthy one, and making choices that align with your values even when they aren't the easiest or most popular. Over time, these moments of honesty and discipline lead to a strong, honorable, and fulfilling life. Self-discipline and integrity is about more than just portraying the person you want to be. They also mean taking steps every day to become that person. Embracing change is the fifth lesson. Most people are afraid or unwilling to embrace change, but Stoicism encourages us to see it as an opportunity for growth and development. From this old philosophy, we can learn that change is not only necessary, but also makes room for new possibilities. Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca were all accustomed to the constant flow of change. They saw that the seasons were always changing and countries rose and fell, and they realized that this change shows how dynamic this world is. In his Meditations, Aurelius considered how the way we see and respond to change shapes our lives. Socrates doesn't just tell us to embrace change, he tells us to embrace it like an old friend, because we know that change brings new growth. To do this, we must see every change in our lives, no matter how big or small, as an opportunity to learn more about ourselves and grow. Finding the good in bad situations is everything. Did you lose your job? This is an opportunity to apply for a job that you are really interested in. Divorced. It provides an opportunity to discover your own abilities and goals. When we embrace change and see it as an opportunity, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life. It makes us strong and resilient. Lesson 6. Why material things are irrelevant. Stoicism is a pleasant alternative to a world that often thinks of success in terms of money and power. It shows us that true, long-lasting happiness does not come from acquiring more things or receiving accolades, but from developing inner wealth. Many people learn this lesson too late in life after years of relentless pursuit of financial gain. Then they find themselves in the midst of abundance, but the feeling of emptiness nowhere disappears. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epicurus knew that material wealth is temporary. They saw how people can win and lose a lot of money, and how even the nicest things in the world can't protect you from the trials and uncertainties of life. A man of both wealth and exile, Seneca wisely observed that true wealth is not in having many things, but in having few desires. Today, with advertising and social pressure pushing us to have more and be more, this static notion of making do with less and being self-sufficient is more important than ever. How can we use what we learn today? First, the focus shifts from getting things from external sources to improving things internally. It's about finding happiness in the little things, valuing experiences above things, and measuring success not by what we own, but by how well we treat others and how good our relationships are. It means realizing that things may give you short-term pleasure, but true happiness comes from inner peace, a sense of purpose, and connections with other people. Lesson 7. Dealing with emotions. Stoicism does not encourage people to show their emotions, despite what most people think. Instead, it teaches us to understand them and deal with them well. Many people learn this important lesson too late. We don't have to push our emotions away to manage them. Instead, we need to recognize them, understand them, and use them in healthy ways. The Stoics had a deep understanding of human nature, so they knew that emotions were a normal part of life. At the same time, they also knew how bad it is when emotions disappear. Philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius said that people should not let their emotions affect them, but instead be strong and understand how emotions work and what they mean. This calm way of dealing with emotions is not only wise but also important in today's fast-paced and often stressful world. It teaches us to deal calmly and understandingly with life's ups and downs. How can we use it in our daily life? Self-awareness is the first step. Name your feelings and know what makes them happen. Being aware of them is the first thing you can do to control them. Before you answer, think for a moment about what you want to say that aligns with your values and goals. Techniques such as deep breathing, writing in a book, or even honest conversations can help us process and understand our emotions. The value of taking responsibility is discussed in Lesson 8. Stoicism tells us that although we cannot always change what happens in our lives, we are always responsible for what we do and how it turns out. This lesson, which most people learn much later in life, brings home a truth that many people wish they understood sooner. Taking responsibility for one's decisions is the key to living an honest and honorable life. Epicurus, who was born a slave and became a famous philosopher, said that the most powerful thing we have is to choose how to act and think regardless of what is happening around us. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius agreed and said that our character is shaped by the choices we make. In today's world, where it is common to blame and blame others, taking responsibility for one's actions is not only a strong virtue, but also a sign of strength and self-empowerment. In real life, taking personal responsibility means realizing that we are responsible for both our victories and our failures. We should be brave enough to face the results of our actions and learn from them. Taking responsibility gives us the opportunity to make changes and grow, whether it's in our work, relationships, or personal goals. Knowing that we hold the key to the future means taking responsibility for our actions. The value of knowledge and understanding is the 9th lesson. From Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, the great Stoics loved learning and observed life very well. They believed that knowledge is the best quality and can help us find our way through the rough waters of life. In his meditations, Aurelius always tried to figure out the world and his place in it. He saw knowledge as an opportunity to improve himself and help others. Today, there is a lot of information, but little real understanding. Therefore, the Stoic focus on wise knowledge and self-reflective learning is more important than ever. By applying this lesson in our daily life, we can develop interest and desire to learn. It means the excitement of discovering new ideas, thinking about what you are doing, and understanding things better. Every moment can be used for learning, whether through books, through nature, through art, or through speech. Wisdom is not just about learning new things. It's also about using what you learn to make you a better person. The power of forgiveness is the 10th lesson. Stoicism tells us that hanging on to anger and resentment is like carrying a heavy burden. This is our path to peace and happiness. Many people realize too late that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of great strength and ability to find peace within. It was clear to the Stoics that anger and bitterness are bad for the soul. Epictetus and other philosophers said that we should let go of our anger not for other people's sake, but for our own health. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best way to get back at someone who hurts you is to be different from them." Today, people can hold grudges for long periods of time, and forgiveness is often seen as surrender. Forgiveness is a sign of mature self-interest and spiritual growth. To forgive others in our daily lives, we must recognize that everyone, including ourselves, is human and can make mistakes. Forgiveness means knowing that forgiveness frees us from anger and allows us to move on with our lives. Forgiving a friend who has hurt us, a coworker who has made a mistake, or even ourselves for our mistakes makes us stronger as people and helps us understand and care for others. Stoicism gives us timeless knowledge to help us deal with the problems we face in life. If you follow these 10 rules, your life will be healthier and more fulfilling. What peace ideas do you think are still important? Leave your answer in the box below. If you learned something from this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more likes. Stay strong and grow until next time.